Today we're gonna talk about HiiT, HiiT. And if you're not doing this high intensity interval training, you're not gonna lose weight and you're not gonna put on muscle. It's a form of cardio. HiiT, H-I-I-T, and I'll let you guys know exactly what that means. Let's get it done. Boom! What's up, YouTube? Destination Kings Athletics. Albert Silva representing. So today we're going to talk about the definition. We're going to define what is HiiT, high intensity interval training. I can't even say it, much less define it, but I can define it. I'm gonna let you guys know. So high intensity interval training, basically what that is going as fast as you can for a small distance, small amount of time. It's almost like a sprint of cardio. So like when you see a sprinter, but at that distance they stop and then they recuperate. So think about it, high intensity, that's what it is. So from when you're doing cardio from a 1 to a 10, jogging is probably like at a low 2, low 3. But if you're thinking about high intensity, that means you're operating at 9. No, you're talking operating about 7, 6, 7, 8. Now I think if you're going 9, man, that's elite level. You're going really hard. But anyway, you're hitting those numbers, you're hitting those levels for a small distance, and then you're letting your body recuperate, but at the same time you're almost gassing your body out. So you're just gassing your body out. So you're going as hard as you can, as fast as you can to that distance, and then you're shutting it off, and then you're letting your body recuperate. So you're going from 1 to 100, like boom, you're just hauling ass, and then you're just shutting it off. It's almost like you hit a wall. It's like boom, you stop. Body just comes to a complete stop, and then you're doing it over and over. This high intensity interval. Interval part is when you're doing it on off, so you're going 100 miles an hour, then you slow down. That's interval. Up, down, hard, slow. That's interval. So it's high intensity, so it's high intensity, and you're doing it at intervals. Start, go, start, go, start, go. And you're doing that for a while. You can't do that forever. But what I mean is, it's got to be timed. You can't do it forever. You can't sprint as hard as you can forever. At a certain point, your body's just gonna say, that's it, I'm done. So that's what this high intensity interval training is. You train at a high intensity for a duration, a distance, whatever it is, a measured time or a measured distance. This is why it's better than just jogging. Jogging is good, guys. It's endurance, but we don't want endurance. We want to blast fat, and we want to put on some muscle. So when you're doing this high intensity, it's, let's just say speeding, let's just say sprinting, I meant. When you're sprinting as hard as you can, you know, the obvious things are the legs, right? The quads. Your body's using quads when you're running at a sprint speed, right? But when you're doing it at a high intensity, your body will recruit other muscles, secondary muscles. They call them auxiliary muscles, stabilizing muscles, if you will, to join in on the fun, to push even further. So instead of, like, let's just say sprinting, like I was just saying, sprinting, you think of just quads. While you're doing that high intensity, your body's it's gonna ask other little stabilizing muscles, auxiliary muscles, to join in on the fun, like I was just saying, and it's gonna push you even faster, and at the same time, it's gonna exhaust little muscles that you didn't even know you had. Like, for instance, the quads. There's 4 big muscles to the quads. Well, when you're doing a high intensity interval training, it's gonna recruit other little muscles, other little stabilizing muscles around the quad, around the groin area, around the hip area, the backside, and also when you're sprinting, you see these guys are just thrusting their arms back and forth. You're using a lot of upper body. And believe it or not, you're using chest because you're thrusting, and then you're using back and you're pulling as you're running. So you're using your whole body, which you wouldn't use if you were just jogging. That's why it's called high intensity, because your whole body's on fire for a split second. It's almost like you just doused yourself with gasoline and you just lit a match for a distance, maybe even, oh, here comes a neighbor, maybe even for a distance, maybe even for a time. So that's high intensity. You're just lighting a match to your body. You're lighting a match to your body for duration or you know, a distance. But you're making that body burn. You're making that body work. And above all, you're incorporating different little muscles that you don't normally use. Like on a jog, you're using your chest, you're using your stomach, you're using your back muscles, which It's the door, guys. You don't use those muscles, but when you're high intensity interval training, you're using everything, your lungs, your heart, everything, your kidneys. No, I'm just kidding, not your kidneys, but you are using different parts of the body, different muscles, and that's why HiiT, high intensity interval training, is the best form of cardio. And high intensity interval training, you can incorporate that into anything: weightlifting, running, playing basketball. I don't know about playing basketball, but definitely you can incorporate in anything you do. So anything you do, you just have to do it at, like I said, like if you're gonna, you gotta do it like a 6, 7, 8, maybe even a 9 if you're at that level. So that's intensity. Those are levels of intensity. Now, if you can do anything at that level, and then you come to a stop and let your body completely recuperate, and then you do it again, that's HiiT, HiiT, high intensity interval training. And that's how I explain HiiT. That's how I explain high intensity interval training. And another thing, when you're doing high intensity interval training involving other muscles, that promotes everything. That promotes muscle growth. Jogging has its own place. We're not gonna talk about jogging. My hands are dirty because I was just working out. If you stick to HiiT, you will get stronger faster. You will put on muscle and shred fat faster. Guarantee, no ands, ifs about it. HiiT is what we're talking about today. And if you're not doing HiiT by now, if you're just going to the treadmill and just running for 2 hours, you can do 30 minutes of HiiT workout and get even more results, better results than just jogging. Because jogging doesn't involve anything but just moving. It's like a hamster. You see a hamster? You ever see a hamster with muscles? You ever see a mouse with muscles? Only in the cartoons with Tom and Jerry, when they give him that potion, he gets all big. That's the only time I've ever seen Jerry with muscles, when he took that potion and he turned into a monster. No, that's some kind of a crazy potion that he took. We're talking about real life, not cartoons. Anyway, HiiT, high intensity interval training, guys. If y'all ain't doing it by now, y'all are losing on a big part of muscle gains. Muscle gains, guys. I don't have any muscle or gains right now, but I will soon. See that? My freaking bicep is like shot, dude. I don't know what I did to it. But anyway, guys, HiiT, I hope I explained it. I hope I kind of gave you guys a warning of what y'all need to be doing if y'all not doing it. Destination Kings Athletics, I'm Albert Silva, representing. Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what y'all think. HiiT, high intensity interval training. Let's do it.